this time you might want to spend an edge of time. So this video game is a video game that I saw this on YouTube and play the game. Game's fun to play. The story is really good. It's about 2099 Spider-Man tries to stop this bad guy from taking over for that who's in charge of, and he needs to stop this bad guy and the head of Malcolm X, which is an evil corporation company, and which 2099 Spider-Man just happens to work for when he's not being Spider-Man. So, really failed catching the bad guy. He sees the Amazing Spider-Man Peter Parker die by something. It was kind of hard to make out, and he's using telekinesis to communicate with Amazing Spider-Man from the past, which is is pretty awesome. And I was gonna say, Amazing Spider-Man is the best part about this film. I mean, this game. The jokes that he's given is awesome. Every joke, he doesn't stop joking. And he's not a coward. And he's kind of pretty smart, actually. So he tells him to stay put. And Peter has a different idea because he has his priorities, because he's going to do what's right. He's going to kick ass and save the day. Yay! And the movie is constantly relying on action happening, chaos going crazy, reality bending, and the relationship constantly relies on the relationship between 2099 Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man going back and forth, being dicks to each other, and the bond and 2099 Spider-Man meets Felicia. I mean, the Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker meets Felicia from the future and wonders what happened to her. And she wants to play cat and mouse again with Spider-Man. And 29 is saying, "Are you serious?" And he says, "It wasn't my idea." And Peter Parker's having concerns about facing the time because he doesn't want the love of his loved ones to die. So he thinks that he should he's considering give up, but he doesn't really give up because 2099 talks about what about all the good you've done, the people you inspire, including me. He says, and I'm copying what he says. And so 29 Spider-Man saved MJ from dying, and she just keeps on running away, and and then she's like falling in an elevator, and 29 says, "I need you to calm down, Parker. I wouldn't say I couldn't save her if I didn't think that it was actually possible." And this is a lot of when he's like dive into the elevator and saves Mary Jane, and Mary Jane says, "You should be." She says, "Thank you. You're just as good of a man as Peter Parker is," and that means a lot to him. So, turns out that thing that kills Parker in the future is Venom. And he was being brain controlled by this guy that works for Malcolm X. And Eddie fights back, and turns on that guy. But then the guy has, he planned for something like this, so he activates Eddie's really beats mode, his commando mode. And he's like, I can't think rationally anymore, and just thinks to try and kill Spider. And Peter's losing badly. After he kicks some ass, and thinks it's over. And he says, 29 nice when we can have some coffee. We're going to be laughing about this. Trust me. And then Eddie fights back and beats the living crap out of Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's running out of jokes. And that's when you know something's really bad. Because Spider-Man says I'm all out of jokes. And 29 Nice Spider-Man's like, doesn't want him to die. I'm trying not to cry. Because I don't want to ruin this from you. I am. So let's do Miss Korea. So Spider-Man says he's all out of jokes and he's got nothing left in him. And he doesn't get anything, he says. And he says, I don't have to. And 29 Nice Spider-Man says, well, come on, Paco. What's that? Never die. Say attitude. Never die. Say attitude. And Peter says, I don't have to say it. Just do it. He's so brave. So Peter keeps on trying, and he decides to suck it off and get one last shot at being Venom, and he dies. And Spider-Man 2099 brings him back to life with this machine. After grieving over his death, and while Amazing Spider-Man was dying, and saying he was all a joke, he says you will listen to everything I was saying. You did what you had to do, Parker. I'm sad because I love Spider-Man. I don't want him to die. You know, I saw my hero die, and it sucks. So he gets resurrected, Maximum dead, and Spider-Man kicks ass, and 2099 Spider-Man is now in Amazing Spider-Man's timeline, and the portal is busted because of Doc Ock went into the portal and kind of busted with the anti-venom. And was the head of Alchemax also went into the portal. And the head of Alchemax, and here's the twist, is Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man from the future. And Peter's in shock when he finds this out. And he was also kind of hoping that would be J. Jonah Jameson. That was funny. And after Spider-Man gets resurrected, he gets resurrected back from the dead. He goes back to cracking jokes again. While he's tired and exhausted. And he keeps on saying, I'm here. And he said, I just came out dead. Doesn't that give me a little time to rest? Am I old that to give me time to sleep a little or something? And 29 Spider-Man just goes back and piss at him and cracking jokes back and forth at each other, and they save the day. And the head of Malcolm, Peter Parker, has mutated into this spider thing. Well, he hasn't mutated. He's made like a mechanical spider. And this is after Peter defeats Dr. Octavius and Venom mutation, and he thinks it's over. and Peter says, "Hey, I think we did it. I think it's over." And Peter from the future says, "He thinks it's over, doesn't he?" Peter from the future could predict what his past was thinking. His past self was thinking, and Peter from the future once again is a bad guy. It's the main bad guy of the flick, and this 2099 Spider-Man gets some advice from the Amazing Spider-Man from the Peter Parker from the past, and he says, "Wait, he has a mechanical what?" That sounds like he doesn't. That sounds like a little bit like a crotch, or he says something like that. Something's wrong. I don't think his powers are working like he claims. I don't think he's as strong as he says he is, because that sounds like he's making a mechanical spider to increase his powers. That sounds a bit like a crotch, like a bit like a crotch. He says, I don't know what that means, but it's funny the way he said it. So 2099 Spider-Man beats him, and everything's back to normal, but they're still communicating in their heads, and they're not insane, and wondering why Spider-Man, Peter's wondering why everything's back to normal and they're not insane. And 2990 Spider-Man says, insane, we dress up as spandex and fight crime. Buddy. We're about as insane as they come. And Peter wants to try something, and 2099 Spider-Man's on board with it. They're going to try something stupid, and that is how it ends. And I give it a thumbs up. I love this a lot. And I was blown away by the storytelling and the character development and the pretty colors. And most of all, I was blown away by Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man from the past. So my second favorite character in this film would be 2099 Spider-Man. And he's not as funny as Peter Parker. This adaptation of 2099 Spider-Man, from what I remember of the comics, he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be a little bit like have a little bit more of a dark vigilante edge to him, but not a total knockoff like Batman. This takes some, I would say, takes some inspiration from, but it still feels like a Spider-Man. It's a future Spider-Man. So yeah, he was really cool. And that's my review on Spider-Man Edge of Time, Miss Gloria. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry I got very emotional. It's just that I really love Spider-Man, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. Especially those first two Spider-Man movies. Or, Turkish Spider-Man. Or Japanese Spider-Man. All the Japanese Spider-Man. Or the 1970s Spider-Man show. And that's all I can think of. Japan, I think, as I'm aware of, has made two adaptations of Spider-Man. One more true to comics and one a Power Rangers knockoff. Look, I love Power Rangers, but that's not Spider-Man. But that's save that for another time.